All right. Well, I'll make sure my microphone's on, and it looks like we're back. Hopefully, we have a bit more luck here and a bit less lag, and yeah, we can just go at it. It's a very convenient way to get more views. That's for sure. Part deux. Exactly. We're back again with a retry, and I was probably gonna get my butt kicked and embarrassed by those people that I was playing as Jason for, so it's probably the best idea. Juke Skywalker's rockin' Chippendales Rescue Rangers. Do the theme to DuckTales next, bud. I never said gummy bears. Nerd says deja vu.
After these messages.
M says hello, Mr. Nerd. Happy Friday. Jess says we're back. Nerd says hello, everyone.
Kill me. Come on, do it. Kill me.
Now we're doing Predator references? I'm so confused. 2 minutes ago, he was singing the theme to the Gummy Bears.
What was the name?
M says he has a good feeling about this one.
Schwarzenegger soundboard, and he used to walk around just saying, "You idiot. You idiot."
Darkwing Duck. Exactly. Mega says, I noticed starting another stream scheduled for 10. I saw that too, but I didn't do that.
Pedophile? He's saying pedophile, I'm saying idiot. How is that racist?
Here, let's mute these idiots before they say something offensive. Even more so than they already had. We're back. Mrs. Arnold isn't terrible. And Darkwing Duck. Here we go. Let's get dangerous. Megatech says he loved Darkwing as a kid. I had Darkwing Duck lamp as nice. That was awesome, bud. I remember the show. And the game. M says Darkwing rocked. He did. It was definitely like the last of those really good Disney shows. The cartoons, but... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Yes, it was better, but I like Tailspin. There's nothing wrong with Tailspin. I enjoyed that show too. I agree that Darkwing's probably better, but... I don't know about caps and stupid towards Tailspin. Those are Canadian fighting words. I'm gonna have to firmly disagree with you. Megan says, wish I still had the lamp. If I can find one online, I'll get it. Nice. Alright, Debbie, you're up.
What in the fuck is
Save
happening?
the stream. Live the dream. Isn't that the saying? Something like that. Don't need a walkie-talkie because I don't want to listen to any of these dum-dums talking. Hard troll on Jason. Hey, you just killed that power. Well, it's back online. M didn't really Oh, I loved Rescue Rangers. That's another one. Rescue Rangers was the best. With Gadget. Chippendale. M says he didn't mean to make me salty. All good. All good. And Mega says, like Tailspin 2, just came off as next gen Jungle Book. But DuckTales was by far out of all the shows the best. That's not anything I'm gonna debate, that's for sure. Launchpad McQuack, Scrooge McDuck. Like I was saying, I don't know if it was last stream or the one before, when we were doing the C64 games. I need to find that old PC DuckTales game I used to play. Oh my god. Used to play the crap out of that. It had like one of those codes like Star Tropics does, where you have to... I don't think it's quite as extensive as looking at water, but you had to do something to it. I think it was like charcoal crayon sort of thing to get the information. Or maybe it was just a book and you had to read a certain page. I could be overestimating its value. But that was a great game. Inti, yes, we're back. Sorry, I had to kill the other stream. I had too much lag. So we relaunched a different one. M says we agree on enough. Exactly. We actually have something to discourse about. Rather, we don't need to see eye to eye on everything. Yep. That way we can actually talk about stuff. Rather than, oh yeah, that was great stuff. Yep, that's great stuff. Text says the color your Debbie is wearing are the 80s clothes. A coworker of mine has those colors on her shoes. Told her so. Oh yeah, these are my favorite colors that the Deborah skin has. Other than the ones that you get later in the game. Like the blue checkered sweater when you're higher level. Mr. Matthews says Inti needs to weigh in on 80s cartoons. I know Inti can do it. And Text says, thanks again everyone for your input. I'll get one of the RE remake games. Now do I get 2 or 3 first? I think 2 is on sale right now on PlayStation, man. Inti says weird. One never thinks the internet as a resource. This proves otherwise. Alright, here we go. Sorry about that, guys. Mega says, have anyone seen the Honest trailers for Friday the 13th? I have. I'm not sure if I've seen the Honest trailers. I remember watching the game about the games. It might have been Honest trailers. I can't remember what it was. Out of stamina. Boo! Deborah's dead. Tailspin, eh? We're a little iffy on that one. I'd still say it's probably my least favorite of the four, but I would put Rescue Rangers at number 2 after DuckTales. Myself. OG says he has returned. And Jez is gonna get around to playing this one day. You gotta do it, man. Good times. Now we're watching Vanessa Hyde.
Is that a person?
Alright, sorry guys. Just dealing with a text message. All is good, all is well. Sorry for being delayed there. What's going on with JoJo is trash. Talking about Inti's videos? Oh yeah, Inti's got some great ones. Got a good Friday the 13th walkthrough of the NES game. What? Why wasn't the music playing?
Oh no. Oh my god. Oh. Oh no. That's not healthy.
No, it's not healthy, JoJo. Oh, I had a text message come in. I had to respond to it. I'm gonna bring the camera back. Camera back up. I was just letting the game play there for a minute. Bam. All right. Now I'm back.
Oof, I thought I hit that E. Last guy's in a closet. He's in a closet.
Ikaboo, I see you. Well, yeah, exactly. They're killing everybody. Somebody's calling out where people are. I hate when people do that. Hate when people do that. Man, why wasn't I Jason here against these scrubs? But I got distracted. OG says... And what happened to OG? Oh, there he is. He's there. All right.
My sweet, sweet Jason. Mommy is proud of you. Now come home.
Let's rock. Okay, we had one failed attempt to start as Jason. We had one terrible run as Deborah. The positive thing is the stream can only go up from this point. That's the way to look at it. Text says, okay, who here has played Final Fantasy 7, 8, 10,
You guys missed
and plus 10 to 12? I played 7, 8, and 9. I think I stopped around 10. I've watched Final Fantasies, more recent ones, but I haven't really played too many of them. But back in the day, I played, and even before that, the first Final Fantasies that were on SNES, I played some of that. OG says I watched some Transformers. Oh yeah, man. Transformers were my thing in the day. I'm sure a lot of people shared that. But Gen 1 Transformers, up to Transformers the movie. But actually, I went beyond that. Like after that, when they came back, did the Headmasters in like the Gen 1, Gen 2, and then the Headmaster series, the Japanese, and then Victory and all those crappy Japanese ones. I watched all that stuff. By the time Victory, I think the last one was that. All it was Rodimus and a bunch of like nobody. OG, exactly, man. If you never grow up, you're never old. M says a law firm and you were a paramedic and didn't you work at an oil rig too? Yeah, man. OG has done it all. Oh, it's us. It's us. Okay. Alright, guys. No more distractions. Let's do this. Let's kill some counselors.
Find them, Jason. Make them pay for what they did
Jez
to
says
us.
Takara was not that bad. Of course, Jez has seen the Japanese Transformer series. Convoy. Like, really? I like the Headmasters. I'll say that, Jez. The Japanese Headmasters, the voice work was horrid. The English voice work, I mean, was just horrible. But it wasn't the worst, story-wise. And watching it dubbed, I mean watching it subbed, it was a lot better than watching it dubbed. Tech says nowhere to go but up, up, and away. Just gonna break all these windows while we're here. I hate when the phone is in a huge cabin. Sorry, bud. Well.
They deserve to die, Jason. Make them suffer.
Says he watched a lot of Transformers, but I'm pretty sure went only as far as Gen 1. Gen 1 was the shit. I remember when they brought it back, after Transformers the movie, they had the Return of Optimus Prime, like, right away. Like, the next season, it was like, Optimus Prime's dead. No he isn't. Return of Optimus Prime. And then they went on. I remember they had a show where they re-edited Gen 1 with, like, cool new effects. And I think that was considered Gen 2 as well. That was the last thing I remember in North America. Headmasters, and then that crappy show where they just, like, re-edited the thing with, like, these terrible CG effects. Oops. And he says Rodimus had nothing Optimus. Nope. Don't get me wrong. When I first saw Transformers the movie, I loved it, and I was hyped for Rodimus, but Wasn't the same. Somebody's at the boat. Where's the boat?
Help! Oh God!
Ah, stupid pocket knife.
You from me, Jason. Don't let them.
Is it Vanessa trying to put the friggin' battery in? Are you kidding me? Vanessa put the battery in? I actually liked Beast Wars. It was not the worst. It definitely got better as it went along. So he says, is there multiple versions of the Jason movies? Do you mean like re-edits and re-releases? They've been re-released a lot of times, that's for sure.
Yes. Yes. Kill for mother.
Tech says Chad is a dead dick, and oh, I missed Inti's comment, M's comment about Galvatron and Rodimus. Well, that was the continuation when they did the Return of Optimus Prime. They went and found him, and then he came back to life, sort of thing. Galvatron was in that. Really?
Up, Jason. Find them. Kill them.
Ah. Should have had that grab.
They're teaming.
Oh, the Transformers movies, Inti? Not a fan.
They're back, Jason. Don't let them find me. Jason. They've come for me, Jason. Don't let them take me. No matter what they do to you, you cannot die. You can never die.
Please! No!
They want to hurt you, Jason. Don't let them duck them.
Goddamn friggin' pocket knives.
Oh God.
Oh yeah! See you later, bro.
Don't stop, Jason. They deserve to die.
No killing me
Make them
tonight.
suffer.
Jez, have a good night, man. Thanks for coming in. Looking forward to your stream tomorrow. Have a good night. Sorry, guys. Was a little busy trying to beat tryhards
They
here.
deserve to die, Jason. Make them suffer.
Oh, yeah, Chad. Or Tommy's driving. Not really sure what Tommy's doing there. Really? Really?
They want to hurt you, Jason. Don't let them.
Holy shit! It started!
Get up, Jason. Find them. Kill them.
Finally got the tryhard. Boom. Dead.
Yes.
Now I'm just gonna
Yes.
chill here and wait for my
Kill
shift to
for mother.
recharge.
Person.
Because I want to make sure I have it in case they do get the car started. I missed some of the chat. Talking about Transformers. Alright, let's do this.
Slasher, slasher.
They want to take you from me, Jason. Don't let them.
Jason versus Rocky, says Nerd.
Okay, all set. Time to get out of here.
Get out of here, Tommy.
Take that, you bastard!
Ah, get the heck out of here.
Do you know what your gift is? No matter what they do to you, you cannot die. You can never die.
Please, no!
Oh my god!
See you later, Tommy.
Yes. Yes. Kill for mother.
Like, I don't like using the head punch kill that many times, but if they're gonna play cheese like this, then I'm gonna play cheese right back. And I'm not gonna get Salt TM. I'm gonna focus on the kill and do it the way it's intended. The back of Jason's head kind of looks like Anakin Skywalker after he takes the helmet off, like old Anakin from Return of the Jedi. They're trying to draw me away.
No!
You stupid. Jason can go up there too now. Not like it was back in the day where it was broken. I'm not shifting, so you can...
It worked! It actually worked!
Wrong Jason to try to do that too. Oh my god, you killed Tommy, you bastard! Soy, you couldn't be more right. They should have kept old Anakin. You want? Damn pocket knife! I had a one-liner ready.
Don't let them.
OG says focus on efficient killing. Oh, they got the car started.
Please, no!
Damn it, I'm out of pocket knives or throwing knives. Yeah, exactly. A Transformers movie with Starscream, the best Decepticon, having no lines. Like, come on, Starscream is easily the best Decepticon. Chris Latta. Just like Cobra Commander and G.I. Joe. I have not seen Bumblebee myself, so I don't know. Let's get it. Tech says at least they didn't completely scrub old Anakin and kept Sebastian for the mask removal. Yep.
No!
Just playing defense of the car now. Thanks, OG, with the car block. That's all that we do right now. That's all we're doing. They're not trying to get away. They've done nothing. They tried to get the sweater. They screwed that up. How many friggin' windows do I need to break in this? Yep. She's up there again. Just let the clock run out. I'm good with 6 of 8. It's doubtful I'm gonna get both of them. Waiting at a window again. The last unbroken window. How many damn windows are in this place?
Holy shit! It started!
Oh, they shifted me. They got me. They got me. And I can't morph there. I'm good with waiting. Just go, dudes. And he says Transformer, the movie's animated one, is great. The Decepticons slaughter all your childhood icons in the opening scene just to change the toy line. I bet many kids ended up in tears after that scene. By the time Prime was gone, yeah. By the time I was, like, on that ship you had Hound, Ratchet, Ironhide, Brawn, Prowl. Prowl was like my number 2 favorite. And well, Mirage wasn't on there. It'd be easier to name the Gen 1 Autobots that survived that movie. Cliffjumper, Bumblebee, Sunstreaker. And a couple of the Dinobots. Well, all the Dinobots. Other than that, not many. Not many. I will be kicked. I'm Jason. We'll just have Jason looking at the screen for the last 60 seconds. What's her face from Fargo and Darkman? Oh, oh God. Frances McDormand. But yeah. Yeah, Mr. Matthews. Cliffjumper lived. The Dinobots. Cliffjumper. Bumblebee. Sunstreaker. Jazz. There's a couple other you see at the end. There's a couple other that you see at the end where running out. Oh yeah, Prowl's eyes going black as the life escapes his mouth with smoke coming out of his mouth. Yeah. And Ironhide. No! Pathetic heroics. Megatron shoots him right in the face with the blast cannon. I was like, oh! I saw that movie in the theater. I was like it was 86, like 8 years old. Like, oh! And then you see other ones with like when they're trying to defend Autobot City, and Carly is moving Wheeljack's body. Wheeljack's like destroyed and like decimated body. So it's like, oh my God. By that time I was like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. But the Decepticons got it just as bad if you think about that movie. They wiped all of the Decepticons lined out too. Like the Insecticons got smoked. Prime took care of like half the Gen 1 Decepticons himself. Such heroic nonsense. That's such heroic nonsense. And Starscream, yep. That is my favorite scene in the movie. That is one of my favorite, other than Rodimus opening the Matrix and taking the spot, is when Galvatron shows up to Starscream's coronation. Coronation, Starscream? More like bad comedy. Leonard Nimoy at his best on those lines. Because I know he voiced Galvatron, but then he also co-voiced Unicron because Orson Welles was originally cast to do it, but he only finished some of it, and they didn't like all of it. So a lot of that is Leonard Nimoy. But I think Jazz was probably my favorite Autobot after Prime as a kid. Like everybody's favorite was Prime. But he survived. I was happy to see that. But then like I was saying earlier, to Jazz, then it went on into the US for one more season, and then it went to Japan. The Headmasters first. And then onto a different series after that. Because I remember the Headmaster series, there was problems on translation. They called Spike Sparkle. Like, what? That was his actual name in the dubbed version. And he says Orson Welles' last movie. Yep. I'm pretty sure it was the guy who voiced Jazz as well, his last movie, Scatman Carruthers. And he also was Dick Halloran in The Shining. Soundwave, yes. Autobots, inferior. Decepticons, superior. Wheeljack was pretty cool, too. Wheeljack was a pretty cool Gen 1 Autobot. What was that one episode, The Atlanteans? When, like, he developed something, and he helped find that city, and then he had to, like, stop them. It's been so long since I watched Gen 1. I remember Gen 1 Transformers was on Netflix for the longest time, and then they took it off. Oh, Inti likes Wheeljack as well. Wheeljack's pretty sweet. Sweet design. Like the F1 racer, like when he's transformed. Definitely the car. No, I think he was more like a... I don't know what you would call it, like a Euro racer, where Mirage was like the stock, not the stock car, like the Indy car. Tex says one thing I liked about the first Bayformers was the mid-credits scene showing Starscream fleeing away. That's vintage Starscream. It sure is. Sure is. Gets defeated and then leaves. And that was another one of my... After they did the movie, that one season after they did the Return of Optimus Prime, they did a 4-part series with the Headmasters. After that season sucked, except for one episode where the ghost of Starscream comes back. I don't know if you guys remember that episode. And he gets his guys that he creates to help him build his body, because he was responsible for building not the Combaticons. It is the Combaticons. He gets them to help him, gets his body back for like 2 seconds, and they think it's a ghost, and they kill him. Look, Starscream's back, and they blow him away, and he's dead again at the end of the episode. It's like, ugh.
Did anyone else get away?
Oh yeah, the cassettes were the greatest, didn't he? The first gen, like Buzzsaw, Laserbeak, Ravage, Frenzy, and Rumble. But I also like the second gen, like Ratbat. Ratbat was cool. I remember in the comic, I used to read the comic all the time too, when Ratbat took over. In one of the shows as well, it's in Headmasters as well for a bit. He is the leader of the Decepticons. Oh yeah, the Autobot tape deck. That was Blaster. Don't ask me to name more than 2 of Blaster's robots, because Soundwave was definitely better. Tex says, speaking of Transformers and the fact that I'm on Terminator lore profile, there's currently a Terminator vs. Transformers comic coming out. I encourage all to check it out. Nice. Blaster M. The Autobot tape deck. I can't remember. I remember he had a lion, and then he had 2 robots as well. I couldn't name you one of his robots. Damn right, Inti. Nowhere near the same. I didn't like any of the Gen 2. Some of the Gen 2 Decepticons, like Galvatron is awesome, but I thought Rodimus Prime, after the initial wow of the movie of him getting the Matrix, and it's like until all are one, that sort of thing. It's like Rodimus Prime. After that wore off, I just didn't dig the Gen 2 Autobots. Like Perceptor? Like, really? And it didn't have, like, Gen 2 didn't have any Skyfire or Jetfire. He was gone by then. That was probably my biggest disappointment as a kid, that he wasn't in the movie. There was no Skyfire, or Jetfire as they called him in the comics, or in the UK version of the Transformers. They could have unfrozen him, because he came back in the comic. He wasn't just limited in the comic. M says he thinks he had some of Blaster's tapes. M says, who was the main Soundwave sidekick? Was it Frenzy or Rumble? I don't know, it's hard to tell because he used all of them. I would say Laserbeak, the bird, was probably the most commonly one he used. There was Ravage, that was like the Panther. Rumble was definitely more common. You barely saw Frenzy and you never saw Buzzsaw. Buzzsaw was so rare in the cartoon. Sounds good, Mega. DM me the cover of Transformers versus Terminator versus Transformers comic. And he says Transformers Prime is the best thing since Gen 1. I haven't watched it. I'll be completely honest, so I'll have to check it out. Because I was not impressed by some of the other shows that had come out in recent years. Don't mess around with Deborah. Deborah don't need no man. Oh yeah, the Ravage Panther was awesome. Ravage, eject. Yes, yes. As a character, Rumble was definitely the more common one. Frenzy was just kind of there. I don't think I remember an episode of Frenzy actually saying anything.
Damn it! Just die!
But that's another thing I remember from the comic. Frenzy was actually drawn as Rumble, and Rumble was actually drawn as Frenzy, or something like that. There's something off about it. They didn't quite get it. The comic was pretty out there at times. Snow, what's going on? I started at the usual time, but I had to cut one short because we were having some major stream issues, so we're back up. M says, but as far as popularity, all we cared about as kids were Laserbeak and Ravage. Everyone wanted them. Yep, that's for sure. We got anything done here? Whoops, that's not what I want. That's not what I want either. Where's the other map? There we go. Status. Nobody's repaired anything. We're dead. We're dead. Alright. So where are we anyway? Come on, peeps. Do something. M says, I'm pretty sure the comic is why Shockwave has such a following now. Yep. Yeah. Shockwave has a much bigger part in the comic than in the cartoon. Snow says, hope everyone is staying safe. Thanks, man. Same to you. Same to all of you. Tech says, question, while Megatron hates humans, would he try to capture any with magic to experiment in a way to make Decepticons magical? I remember there was an episode where they tried to brainwash some humans. I do remember that. They were using them as slaves. Because I remember Spike's dad, Sparkplug, was like under control. That was early on though. That was like early days. Some mad scientist created something. I think maybe Starscream found the dude who made it.
There, got it.
Mr. Matthews says, because it sure wasn't from the cartoon. I know, he was such an idiot in the cartoons. You'd see him like every once in a while where they needed to use the space bridge and they'd knock him over. I'm like, really? Really? Somebody stole my baseball bat. Let's find that gas and get out. Crouch down for a little, that 2% extra stam regen. not going in that house tonight. There's no gas there, guys, unfortunately. That's not the right cabin to go. Oops, but there is a baseball bat. Must grab the baseball bat. If I had a choice, I will always play baseball bat over any weapon. Except maybe the flare gun or shotgun. I was trying to use Jason's control to morph. I'm like, I need to morph to the other side of the camp. I need to get this thing rolling. And then I remembered that I'm Deborah. Says he was totally cool looking even then. It's weird they didn't do anything with him on the show. He was just comic relief. He was literally just comic relief. In the comics he was more so. And then I'm pretty sure he's in Headmasters as well. So he has a bit of a more extended part there, but not much. Like, really not much. Texas asked, because if my blue Shogun becomes popular to warrant a crossover with Transformers, would Megatron want to try and harness magical humans like the blue Shogun? It's possible. I remember in the comic they had a storyline where there was a girl that was like, I don't know if she was a cyborg, but she had a lot of crazy powers. They weren't magical, but she had a lot of crazy powers, and Starscream was working with her for a while against Megatron. I remember that. Hem says Megatron would take advantage of any opportunity to get the upper hand, just like Hitler. And OG says, or Cub. Like I was saying, I do enjoy Galvatron. I think he's the best part of Gen 2. But that's not even a comparison between him and Megatron. Megatron was the best Decepticon, along with Starscream.
Stamina.
Tech says, so Megatron will definitely get his metal face melted off by the Ark of the Covenant. M says, absolutely. M also says, I remember reading in the comic, he and Starscream are constantly fighting to be the next leader for the Decepticons. That's the one thing the show got right. From the comic. And that Shockwave was far more dangerous. Oh yeah. He was actually a threat. I remember picking up some British Transformers comics. Those were interesting. Oh, we're killing Jason apparently. And he says there's a Transformer Star Trek comic. There's a lot of crossovers. I'm pretty sure, I remember Jess telling me last year there's a Ghostbusters Transformers crossover. Tech says, okay, what was the Transformers first, the toy line, comic, or cartoon? The toy line, hands down. Then the cartoon, and then the comic.
Oh, there he is.
M says, I never read the comics, though. I have one issue from when I was a kid, and Blaster's the main character. I still have, like, a decent amount of my Transformers comics. I don't have all of them. I sold some of them back in the day. But I still have some of the decent ones. Oh yeah, Em and Inti are both saying the same thing. Toy line and then cartoon. Gotta promote that toy line with the cartoon. Transformers and G.I. Joe right on top of one another. Loved it. Loved it. I had a lot of the G.I. Joes as well. Oh, they screwed up. Tofu's no longer wearing the sweater, so they effed that up. Max and Spike, yeah. And Sparkplug in the comic. I mean in the cartoon. Other side. God damn it. I wonder if Tommy's dead. We could use the help. Em says I like the GoBot too. Oh, I love the GoBots, man. Leader 1. Leader 1 was the scooter. But I remember the ship, the base, the carrying thing. I remember I had that as a kid. Got it secondhand at a garage sale. That thing was awesome. No, I dug the GoBots as well. But I remember that the carrying case where you could put your GoBots in him. It was like a walker sort of thing. It was a total ripoff of the Imperial walkers. Turn the head around and the head would buzz. Scooter was horrible. TechHub says Transformers robots in disguise. Go, Joe. Yeah, exactly. There's another movie, G.I. Joe the movie. It doesn't get talked about as much as Transformers the movies does. But that was just as dark, man. Like Duke almost getting killed and Cobra Commander turning into like a snake from the spores. Swearing. Like there's no swearing in the Transformers movies, but I clearly remember seeing Beachhead saying shit in it. And he says, but the designs of GoBots looked ugly. I never liked that you could see their ugly mugs in vehicle form. Tech says, were they in the animated film? M says probably Mega. They always wore hard hats. By that time, it wasn't Sparkplug. It was Carly, Spike. They were married and they had their cousin, their son Daniel. Daniel was in the animated movie. He was the main character. Daniel was Hot Rod's friend that became Rodimus. And Spike is the one that gets captured along with Bumblebee by Unicron. Spike was the name of the young human in the original cartoon, M. His dad was Sparkplug in the cartoon. And we're out. Text says, the only thing I go know about GoBots is a reference to them by Roger Murtaugh in Lethal Weapon. 87, I do not recall that. '68. Max, I want to say Max was their friend. The kid in the wheelchair that was like the tech wizard. I want to say his name was Max. But I can't remember. And then they eventually introduced Carly. And later on, because the Transformers, the movie is supposed to be set like years later, where Spike is older and has a kid. No, you're right. There is a Max somewhere. There is a Max. I will Google that. You're not wrong. Somewhere in there. Maybe not. Fortress Maximus. Remember that. While we're waiting, we'll bring up Gen 1 Transformers. Perfect. Now we have something to talk about. So there's your Gen 1. There's the Series 1 in the lineup. Pipes and Huffer. Friggin' Huffer. That's well beyond that. There should just be like a character. There's got to be like a database. I don't think Wikipedia is the best place to go here. Transformer Land. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, yes! The aerial bots. I love the aerial bots. I remember when I got the aerial bots for Christmas one year. Jesus. I lost my, you know what. Even though Superion's kind of lame once it's built. Like Devastator is the best of the Combiner robots, but the equivalent of the, because it was the Combaticons and it was the, oh, what was the one with like the race cars for the Decepticons? I can't remember. Text says Roger was questioning the kid who saw the meter man who rigged the house to explode, and he says, I bet you like GoBots. Nice.
Oh God, what am I gonna do?
M says my favorite Dinobot was Swoop. I would have to say probably Snarl, the Stegosaurus, the newer ones, because those weren't the original in the original 5. The original 3 were Slag Sludge and Grimlock, and then Wheeljack and Ratchet built more. Bruticus, thank you. Bruticus is the Combaticon combiner robot, but there's another one. That's the Combaticons, exactly. What is the other one? Metasaur. Metasaur is way cooler than Superion. And they came in at the same time. Stunticons made Metasaur. You got Combaticons made Bruticus. Constructicons made Devastator. Predacons made Predaking. Predaking was pretty sweet. Pretender Monsters. Protectobots. Seacons. Stunticons, there it is. The Menosaurs. There's Menosaur. The Menosaur robot looks way better than Superion. Just needed to refresh my memory. That's all I need to do. I just need a little refresh. I think it's time to switch to Chad. Unready. Time for Johnny to go in. Cobra Kai, never die. Technobots, yeah. Turned into Computron. Terracons. The Terracons were pretty cool. I like that one. Abominus. Because it had the that one that kind of looked like a shark. Yeah, the shark one. That was a sweet toy. I didn't have many Transformers, full disclosure, growing up, but I had a buddy lived a couple blocks away. He literally had every Transformer. So I always got to try everything out. He had all the triple changers. I had one triple changer. I was lucky enough to get one triple changer. He had all of them. But it's funny that we're talking about Transformers. I remember one of the first discussions I was having with Jez about Transformers, and one of the reasons we gelled so well together is because we both started talking. I started talking about this discount Soundwave I bought back in the day as a kid, but not as a kid. It was later when I was more. They had repackaged them and sold them cheap. I want to say I was like maybe late adolescence, early teens, and it was called, what the hell was it called again? It'll come to me. But he wasn't named Soundwave. He was repackaged and called something else. And I was telling the story, and Jess was like, wait a minute. I bought that. I bought that from a discount store myself. And it came with the headset, because the original Soundwave came with a headset. But it had a story that he came from outer space, and you needed to talk in the headset when you needed to call him for help. He was played off as a good guy. Cassette Man. No word of a lie. It was not low budget. The knockoff repackaged Soundwave was called fucking Cassette Man. But in a dollar store. Or like a bargain basement store. M says the Stunticons were in the Transformers game I played last year. What? There's a Transformers game with the Stunticons? I'm not up to speed on the Transformer games. I've heard some of them are good. But to be honest, I haven't played them since like PlayStation 2. Might have to get back into them. M says I think I have one of the Predacons. That's the one I have. Hunger, yes. I don't know if it's a shark or the Hunger is like the wolf. Is there a wolf? Johnny Lawrence. And Tex says, I'm going crazy waiting for Cobra Kai Season 3. It got delayed, didn't it? I heard it got delayed. Along with everything else. And he says, all the Decepticons were far more memorable than the Autobots. Yep. I agree. All the Gen 1 Autobots were so lame. I remember the first one I got was Sunstreaker. And it wasn't bad. Like, I appreciated having the toy. But, like, the build was not good. It was hard to transform it. I remember Jazz being the best Gen 1. And Prowl. Prowl was built very well. Devastation. Ah, okay. Transformers Devastation. I do remember seeing that, but I never played it. Alright, let's go, Chad.
What the fuck is happening?
Oh, the two-headed dragon, yes. Because that's Generation 2 cartoon. I don't clearly remember too much of that. I can tell you more of what happened in Headmasters than I could in that one. Pick up the battery. Tex says, and Pete's family-friendly seal of approval for the stream has been broken. Hey, I swear, once the stream. Mega. Once the stream, and that was it. But you're right, we're talking about wholesome things like Transformers, and I draw off an F-bomb. It was just one. Just one. And you guys are here, and you're the important viewers, so... Don't see anybody else popping in.
I think I put that
I know
on
we
right.
probably got some guys in the back just chilling, watching, enjoying, which is cool. Because I think I saw Zombie in the chat earlier. Baseball bat. Yes. Thank you. But yeah, if you compare like the Gen 1 base Autobots compared to the Gen 1 Decepticons, like into saying you got Soundwave, you've got the 3 Jets, Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp. I had Skywarp. That was an awesome toy. Loved it. I loved like how the nose was like made of rubber, so you could like bang it into things and you didn't break it. Like that design feature was awesome. Whoever thought of that knew that kids would just be throwing it around. Which I did. The Insecticons. Tex says just choose a new trap, says that when he swears it's funny. Well yeah, everybody's allowed to drop one. I think you're allowed 3. I think you're allowed to curse 3 times on YouTube. Just told me that rule once. Before it's marked mature. So that was just a flub. It wasn't intentional. Completely by accident. And M says, you should smash that like button if you're there. If you haven't already, I recommend that you do the same thing, and I would be more than appreciative of it, because now we've had 2 streams. First stream had a ton of views. You guys are all here for the second one. I'm probably not going to go too late. I'm probably going to wrap up around 11, because it's been a long week. But like I said, I'm going to come back tomorrow, and if Jez is doing a stream, I might go like a little bit later than him, because I know for the West Coast crew it's a bit easier. The Euro crew goes first. That's the warm-up. We all get together, chill out on another channel, and then come back. And Nerd will probably stream this weekend. Nerd's always playing. Last time I saw him, he was playing on Uncharted. I remember he used to play Skyrim a bit, but now he's more Uncharted. We can always rock there as well. But he does it more in like the afternoon his time, so it would be the morning my time. Text says, I myself will have Blue Shogun be a classic PG-13 film where there's only one swear word in the whole story, and it's saved for the end of the right moment as a way to convey the intensity. There we go. That's the way to be. That's what I meant, like with my stream. Got the 1. And so now it's PG-13, just like this game is. This game is PG-13. So I'm there with you, Mega, and your idea for Blue Shogun. M says he usually streams late. Are you talking about Jezzer or Nerd? Because to me, it's... Jez is like super late for him. But Nerd usually goes like, I'll get up and do my stuff and be on around 10-ish. I'll drop on YouTube. I'll see him. Oh yeah, for Jez. Yep. Because he usually starts the Digital Pollution at 4. Because Cub goes on at 3. Cub does his thing at 3. Oh, we should have been looking at more Transformers in that break. I don't know what we were doing. Now we can. There we go. Terracons. The Action Masters, I remember the Action Masters. When they started adding new things, they just repackaged Gen 1 Transformers and gave them new little add-ons like this. Grimlock with the anti-tank cannon. Like, what? But this is when they were smaller. I remember they cut them down too. They weren't quite the same scale. They made them smaller. And I think they weren't transformable, because there was something about the Action Masters that they went into each other. It was kind of like the Headmasters. I think that's us. Text says, as a reminder, since I have missed whether or not, but I'll be having Vincenzo's pizzas tomorrow night since I worked the last 3 days in a row. Nice.
Find them, Jason. Make them pay for what they did to us.
Alright, let's see what we can do here. Text says also the soft cussing I will use in the lead up. It will be screw instead of the F word and brass balls instead of balls. M says also they didn't transform, right? Yep. They were like a smaller version, but they did something else. Like I want to say they had like a little thing that you could flick on their back and they sparked, but I could be thinking of a different toy. I could be totally misremembering that. Yeah, they were just action figures. That's all they were. Because something happened in the story and they were no longer... actual Transformers. They were like minis or something. I can't... Like I said, I don't remember a lot of Gen 2 stuff. OG says Grimlock Smash. M says... Especially that Grimlock. Somebody upstairs. Did I miss somebody? Oh, they're down there. Everything shot sparks in the 80s. They did, they did.
Make them
But that's why I'm that's why I'm pretty convinced I'm confusing things. Texas hears a hint the blue Shogun thinks he's defeated the baddie. But when the baddie transforms, he's a guy who's never cussed before saying, holy shite. Says I do. He's a man of few words, but when he speaks, you listen. OG says nerd. Exactly. Exactly.
Get up, Jason. Find them. Kill them.
I love how he just lets Cub go on and on, but then he just lays him out with a one-liner. Time to go roast some marshmallows. Roast some Deborah. Well, I'm glad we were able to get back onto a real stream after that first one went kaput.
Kill for mother.
So I see some noise over there. That's a stupid radio. I got tricked by the radio. Duh. The roof glitch. And he says, remember the days of the roof glitch? Oh god, I hated the roof glitch. I sent so many reports to PlayStation of people doing the roof glitch. It's like, these people are doing the roof glitch. I'm not able to kill them. Really? What card did they repair? M said, since in silence for 10 to 20 minutes, turns on a microphone for a one-word answer. And a one-liner. Ah, stupid pocket knives.
Jason. Don't let them.
Okay, all set. Time to get out of here.
You want some more?
Get out of here. You know what your gift is. No matter what they do to you, you cannot die. You can never die.
Why won't you
Get up,
die?
Jason. Find them. Kill them. They want to take you from me, Jason. Don't let them.
like...
They want to hurt you, Jason. Don't let them.
Oh, God!
Yes. Kill for mother.
Please, no!
Oh, God! No!
Don't stop, Jason. They deserve to die. Make them suffer like you. Take you from me, Jason.
Fuck.
Don't let
Okay, there's a second F, but come on, like, LaChapa? LaChapa doing that. Give me a break. Give me a break. LaChapa should never be that strong. LaChapa, like, I don't care. These buffs are broken.
kill them.
Make it for crappy players.
Jason. Don't let them.
Pumped up LaChapa.
That's my boy. Hunt them down and make them pay.
There's two Fs. Sorry, guys.
They want to take you from me, Jason. Don't let them.
M says, Stacy wants to know if the roof glitch made you salty. Oh god, yeah it did. Especially in the days where you had to wait forever to play as Jason.
They want to hurt you, Jason. Don't let them.
Fuck you!
Time to get out of here.
Help! Please, no!
OG says
Yeah.
PlayStation has a special file with my name on it. Not inaccurate, OG. I think she's the last one left. Haha! No! You want to go in through the window? Go out through the window. Finally got my one-liner in. Boom! Done. 8 for 8.
That's my Jason.
Now those people suck. Wait! 7 for 8? Who did?
Boy.
Somebody quit.
My sweet, sweet
Oh, Mega says, also the sequels will have the sister say something like along the lines of Ellen Ripley's "Get away from her, you bleep," though it'll be different yet profanically awesome. Nice. Oh yeah, the roof glitch. Still gets me every time. They're on the roof! But they actually had asked us to do that, because I remember that Jason Kills Bugs Dead Twitter account, that they would, you'd send that. NT says that was a good run. Thanks, man. I didn't miss your comment. I'm all on it, Omega. I read your comment. We good, man. We good. OG, thanks on the good kills. It helped that those guys were pretty bad. They didn't know what they were doing. Except using their buffs. LaChapa knocking my ass out. Like, come on. Sorry for the swearing, guys, but we already swore twice, so it's gone. It's gone for tonight. I'll go back and re-edit them out. I always said that back in the day when we first started this. We're almost at 50. 46 if you count the rebirth of tonight. Having to come back up. Tex says, glad I don't have to worry about the roof glitch. Oh yeah, man, that was such a pain. At first you could just walk on top of Packanack, and then they said they fixed it, and all you had to do was pick a bear trap up, and you could get on the top of, you can get on top of certain cabins. Like the utility shed. Like, okay. And they would just sit there and let the timer run out. It's like, this is an exciting game. Text says ignore that. I typed that just as you read it. I removed it from the stream, but it went to you anyway. Oh, good man. No worries. Yeah, I see it in the OBS studio before it shows up on YouTube. So that's why I got a glimpse of it, because I have both chats visible. Because I find sometimes the YouTube one's a little lagged, so I read off the OBS one. All right, let's do one more run. We've had some pretty good Jason runs tonight. I don't mean to like pump my own tires, but you know, sometimes we can be pretty bad. I can be pretty bad as Jason if I'm not into it. But so far so good.
Never mind. Hi.
Hello. Hello. Not us. Tex says I had yet to escape the whole night as a counselor, either escape or die. I used to do that. I used to like play the clock myself back in the Super Glitch days, but I find it so boring now, Mega. I'd rather die.
I gotta find the others.
That's why I try to escape. I try to get the cops called right away, or I repair stuff and get out as soon as possible. I don't care about killing Jason anymore. Once you get the badge, it's like not that I'm saying it's not an achievement once you hit there, but once you do it the 3 times, you don't really need to do it again. And they do it way too often now. Camp counselors are over there, so we're gonna leave and go this direction. Did I pick a map up? I did not. But this is Pinehurst. I know this map pretty well. Yeah, why not? Even though Chad's pretty awesome with a baseball bat. We'll go with the rifle. Tex says, okay, tomorrow's my stepdad and I go to get pizza. I'll head to Walmart and get one of the RE remakes, depending if either one are in and which one is cheaper. Em says you'll probably find RE2 for 20 bucks. Not here. $40, yes. Oh, we grabbed another like. Somebody else popped in. Nice. Thanks for stopping by. Dropping the like. Or if it's just somebody coming back in. So I know Snow was here for a bit. Appreciate him stopping by always. And he says RE2 is a good game. go away from the chase and music. Let's do that. Zombies are a little too tough. Though, no way that they could survive 6 headshots. Oy! Is that on the insane mode or whatever? And Mr. Matthews says, yeah, I did not like that. Tech says, I hope so. Before Corona, I tried to find it at Walmart. It wasn't there. And Spidey was 10 more than the internet advertised. He's busy. Busy chasing them. Don't see me. And says it really seems they toned it down in RE3 in 4 shots. And they're down, at least in the demo. Tech says actually downloaded the free RE2 remake demo the other night. They are tougher than I remember. I need to get that still because I know it's free. It might be gone. Now we're in April. OG says, I'm kind of worried about Brent. He can't work and is under house arrest in the UK. That seems extra harsh. I don't think this will end for at least 2 more months. Hope he's okay. So do I, man. Because like we got on the stream yesterday and I wanted to talk to all of them about doing the watch party, the Masters of the Universe watch party, and everybody seemed amicable. He seemed excited, but then Cub just started going off. So, and they got into it. And I know everybody's sensitive right now. Like, everybody's a little heightened senses about everything. Understandable. I am too. Like literally everybody's dealing with it. There's the battery. Alright, let's see what's going on here. 4-seater needs the battery. Tech says unless the virus mutated their bodies to be just a bit more durable. That's a possibility. I think that was the first aid spray. Nerd says Cub went full tinfoil hat. He did. He really did, Nerd. That's what I was trying to say when we were talking to him. I was talking to Adam about it, that I could see where Cub was going, like the point he was trying to make, but he was just going that extra bit. Just an extra little bit. That was a little too far into space. M says, thank you for reading what I meant to write, not what I made it. What made it through autocorrect. No worries, man. I read autocorrect very well. I have an Apple iPhone, so I know autocorrect all too well. M says, yeah, you could tell Brent was pissed. That's what I mean. I don't think he was like mad. He was just everybody's dealing with this stuff, so he's just bothered. Sam God 1939 still hasn't killed anyone.
Oh God! Oh!
Ah.
Like that, asshole!
Haha, take that, bud. Don't mess with the Chad. Don't mess with the bull, you'll get the horns. Hacking me to death. I think Cub sometimes just gets focused on what he's saying and he doesn't realize there's other opinions in the room. But he just gets tunnel vision. And he just talks about his thing. He doesn't see other points. Unless you really push him, and then he does. And that's why I tried to step in there a little bit. And Nerd says, I'm sure once Brent gets his Baby Yoda plushie, he'll be okay. Again, I was going to get the plushie, Nerd, but I actually ordered the other one, which is probably going to be delayed because of all this thing. It was supposed to be here. It was supposed to be on May the 4th. I bought, like, the vinyl figurine. OG says, I think Brent has had it with hearing that while it is destroying his life. I couldn't jump in and express how I felt, but I agree with Brent. Yep. Well, yeah, exactly. It's not a matter of whether you believe it or not. That's where I was trying to come from, OG. That Brent's frustration, I agree, was the fact that we just, all that we're dealing with, we're dealing at a fallback. We can't just close ourselves off from it, you know? Baby Yoda plushie will help. Damn, yeah, well. Tex says, while I'm taking a break from vids this weekend to finish Blue Shogun, I'm also planning the first F-vid chapter from a Terminator Resident Evil crossover fan vid series. Nice. Nerd says there's a certain line that when Cub reaches it, I just stop listening to Cub. Yep. Oh yeah. Trust me, that's why that's what happened back on the DLC, and that's why I put it on hiatus. I had to put it on hiatus because Cub just got to the point where he was too hard to deal with. Save the counselors by running out! Yeah, this is our last match, so let's not do that. Tex says at least Johnny put up a fight. He did. He did. Knocked his mask off with the poker. They must have nerfed Jason further. Don't shoot me, I'm your friend. M says, LOL nerd. Have they finally started shipping out Baby Yoda merch? Which he says, yep, tune it out. I do that too. Nerd says, don't know if I'm putting mine in the blender with sheep's blood and filming it. Yeah, I don't do the glitch. See you later. Exactly, OG, and that's all that's what I said to Cub when I was talking to him about it after Cub's Corner and this week as well, is that I understand where he's coming from, and I know you're concerned, and it's okay to be concerned about it, but I think you're really overestimating. You're watching too many YouTube rabbit hole videos of people talking about it. And that's one thing I'm sick of, is people making YouTube videos about it. So it's like, no. Whether it be the conspiracy theory or the effect it's having on them, like, everybody's dealing with it. I don't want to see your quarantine videos, thanks. I'm good. Like, everybody's got stuff to deal with. I edit myself there after we've already sworn like 6 times. OG says, sweet plan, nerd. Mega says, the first chapter will appear like the plot for Sarah Connor's Chronicles, but it's more like the first 2 films. I'll have a future war scene with Terminator's resistant characters as canon. Nerd says, okay, everyone. Have fun, but it's almost 4 in the morning here, and I still have to visit Pornhub. I mean, Twitter. Sounds good, nerd. Take it easy, man. I'm going to be wrapping it up shortly as well. There we go. 2 people left. Oh, gee. M says, oh, Pete, I forgot to ask who do you have on in the background. Solomon's Key. From that pirate, from the multi-cart, the 501. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Colors are way off, but that's Solomon's Key. OG says, you probably will, M. M is everywhere. Yeah, man, Solomon's Key. I remember when they added that to the NES. I used to play that game all the time in the day. My buddy had it, and I remember when they added it to the NES Online, I did a video of it, because I just, like, got a couple of my buddies now into it, and they're like, oh, you gotta play this game. It's like, we don't want to play this. I'm like, no, you gotta play this. It's so addicting. And they got hooked. They got super hooked, and we were all taking turns trying to, like, go farther. Like, see how far we could get before we died. OG says, need an M signal. Giant M in the sky. Tag says, ever watch the Sonic for Hire Machinima YouTube series? Machinima. I always pronounce that incorrectly. No, I have not seen it, Mega. M says, like, it clicked right after I said I didn't recognize it. Nice. I suddenly did. Johnny, what's going on? I'm actually heading off, like, right now. Sorry, man. Thanks for coming in. But I'm actually popping off for the evening. Calling it an early one. Text says, here's Johnny. Thanks for coming in, man. Missed you last week. I had some stories. I had Darcy the Mail Girl and I were talking on Twitter. She followed me on Twitter. That was like the highlight of my week. All right, gentlemen. Thank you always so much for tuning in every Friday night from the top. Everyone who joined us, who had come on from Jezza's stream, everyone who's here right now, you're the hardcores. I appreciate you coming in each and every week, but I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow with another game, or Sunday at the latest, because we're going to practice the Discord game streaming, so then we can get ready for our stream with Bollocks, guys. Johnny says, just didn't like everyone. Hello, all, no worries. Text says, Sonic for Hire is funny stuff. Please check it out. You'll all love it. Jenny says, oh, nice. I have to watch it. And I think we're good. That's it, guys. I'm going to wrap it up for now. Throw the Be Right Back screen on. And as soon as I can find my... I closed my MP3 player because I had to reset the game. Totally out of practice. All right, dudes. Have a good one. Good night. Damn it, I had the Be Right Back slide up. Good night.